Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm finally having my first barbel session of the river season. It's been a long time coming. It's like 2 weeks into the river season now. Absolute madness. The river behind me is looking absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, the EA have been cutting a lot of weed, but this particular section they haven't got to yet, and thankfully that means it looks absolutely stunning and an absolutely perfect habitat for catching barbel. Fingers crossed we'll get a couple on the bank, and you never know, we might even get a big one. Right, now before we get cast out I have to show you my rig. It's probably the most simplest rig in the whole wide world for catching river species, especially barbel. And that is a very simple free running ledger rig. I'm actually using a medium light feeder rod. The reel that I've got on here is loaded with 10-pound mono. And if we go down the rig, you'll see there, I've got a run ring with a lead attached. That means I can just change out leads when I want to, and it allows the line to run freely. Down from that we have a buffer bead, which is over the top of a swivel, which I believe is a size 8 swivel. Once again, covered in weed, very, very weedy at the minute. And this is the most important bit. I've got a 2-foot length of 8-pound fluorocarbon. And that goes down to a size 10 barbless hog. And on there, I'll be fishing a hair-rigged pellet, probably a 6mm or an 8mm, matching the pellets I'm feeding into the swim. It's super important, especially when the water's clear, to fish a bait that blends in with the bait that you're feeding. That way, the fish will take it with the utmost confidence. Fishing relatively small hooks compared to what a lot of people use in barbel fishing, you don't need it for these fish. You can get away with fishing relatively light sometimes, small hooks, you'll still manage to catch them, and I'll prove it to you. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. We've got one. Yes. That was quick. Oh, he's gone ripping down towards a tree. Oh my God, that reel is screaming. Tighten up a little bit. That had only been in the water, God, a few minutes. Literally a few minutes. I'll just trickle in a bit of bait into this one first. Oh God, he's screaming, look at that. That must be a good size one. I'd only seen small fish in this swim with the polarized glasses. I didn't see nothing really above 5 or 6 pounds. So if this is a fish above 5 or 6 pounds, then it's not a fish I've spotted down. This fish feeding right in my swim. As I'm playing this one, there's 2 fish feeding right down there. You can see the pellet on the side of his mouth. I've got a bit of weed on the hook. That's probably why it felt a bit heavier. I think it went straight downstream and straight into some blanket weed. I've got a bit of banking here. It's hard to tell where the banking is. Hell yes. Yep, I've got a strong enough tackle to get him in. Oh, it's always at the net. Always at the net when they decide to play up. There's a fish feeding in the swim as I'm landing this one. There's a pellet right on the side of his mouth. We got him. You ain't getting out of this net, boy. Not a huge fish, but put up a hell of a scrap. They always do. Well, here we have it, guys. Absolutely stunning barbel for my first one of the river season. It's a fish of probably over 7 pound. One of the bigger ones in this swim. They didn't look very big. And I think one of the biggest ones must have taken it. But what is interesting and quite sad really, but positive in a way, is that this fish has sustained some serious damage. If you can see on the top of his head there. Now that, I can almost 100% confirm is probably a mink. He's got wounds down his back as well, but they are all healing up. That is a positive thing. They're healing up, he's fighting, he's feeding really well. So thankfully this one got away. That's a problem with most rivers. They've got mink in them and the mink will eat absolutely everything. Let's get this one very well rested and get him back. I had to put my jumper on, it's getting a bit chilly. Rain's coming down now. But I brought the barbel back on the feed. This one's very, very lively. I've had him resting in the net for a little while, just while I was filming some B-roll. And he's a lovely fish. They're all really, really solid fish. This is another one that's probably maybe 6 or 7 pounds, something like that. They're hollowed out. Obviously these fish would be a lot bigger in the autumn time, or even through winter maybe. They're spawned out, quite skinny, but they're like long torpedoes, aren't they? And they fight like mad, take you under all the snags. Thankfully when you fish small rivers like this, you can fish a bit lighter, have some fun with them. It's absolutely awesome sport. Right, let's get this one well rested like the other one, and we'll get it back. Now the barbel's just down there resting in the net. It's just going to give me a moment to talk about barbel safety and being able to release them correctly. There's been some reports recently from some of the local clubs that own stretches of the river that they've been spotting large dead barbel floating downstream. Now of course some of that could be natural, maybe down to spawning perhaps, but it's the start of the river season and there's a lot of people going to be out here fishing for these barbel that maybe aren't putting the level of care and time and effort into these fish that they deserve. So barbel give everything in the fight and they need a long rest after that fight. After you've got them out and taken pictures or videos like I've just done now, they at least need 10 to 15 minutes. When you start to see them really start to kick in the net and be ready, that's when you should release them. If you release them too soon, because of the way these barbel are and the way they're shaped, they're built for fighting the current and sticking against the flow. If you release them too soon and they haven't got that fight, they'll just start tumbling downstream, and as soon as that happens, that's it for the fish. It pretty much, they won't be able to right themselves, they won't be able to start facing upstream, and they won't be able to survive, and that's how they end up washed down dead. Now this river has a limited number of barbel. There are absolutely no baby barbel in this river at all. I haven't caught a baby barbel in probably the last 15 years. So the moment this stock are gone, that's it. Look after your barbel. It's been about 15 minutes now, 20 minutes. Let's check on this one. Oh, there we go. Yes, fish on. Right under my feet, rod tip bent straight down. Oh my God, it's ripping. That's what barbel do. Oh my God, it's gonna set my reel on fire. Calm down. Come on. That's what we wanna see. A lot of racket. Hopefully my microphone might be able to cut out some of that noise. I think he's gonna be caught in a snag. He's like absolutely solid. He's got caught up on a big bunch of weed. Here, there he is. I've got him out. I've got him out. Oh, yes. Well, the drone came in handy. He's getting tired out now. Yes, we got him. Right in front of us. Oh, that's a good sized barbel too. That's a good sized fish. Yeah, that is a good sized fish. That was probably one of the bigger ones in the swim actually. Yes, absolutely gorgeous fish. Oh, that's a good size one. Well, I'm hoping my audio is all right about now, because there is a generator running behind me, but nothing can take away from that capture. Look at that. Absolutely stunning barbel, really, really long. Obviously spawned out. Probably spawned a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, and now they're in super fit, hard fighting condition. And that is an absolutely stunning one. Took it right under the rod tip, basically just dropped the rig down into the margin, and it absolutely nailed it. Single or double pellet, you can't really beat it. Fishing light and you'll get these fish. Awesome. Now after I just caught that last barbel, I just stopped to eat a bit of snap. I've only made it halfway through my baguette and another barbel has turned up into the swim. Now I don't think this is one of the 3 fish that we're feeding down there, because there was 3 barbel. This one looks much bigger. This one might actually be close to a double figure fish. It looks really, really nice. So my sandwich is gonna have to go away. I can't wait around. I don't want to miss my chance. Yep. We got it. Definitely looks like a bigger barbel. Whoa! Definitely look like a bigger barbel to any of the ones I've caught so far, and he's stripping line like he's a bigger one as well. I'm not sure, because obviously the perception in the water can be a lot different. So it might not be that big, it just looked like a really good fish. And he's pulling like he is a good fish. Oh my lord, that's a beautiful fish. It looks absolutely perfect in that water. It looks pristine. And right now I can just see the pellet. Could be the finale fish, the fish to end the session. My arm is aching right now. He's got himself stuck in the stream or you can clearly tell it's bigger than the other ones, can't you? Tell in the water. Oh my god. He's in the net. He's in the goddamn net. Oh yes. That's a good sized fish. Just a small size 10 hook. Right in the corner. And the size of that barbel's mouth, it dwarfs that hook. Guys, what an absolute unit of a barbel from such a small river. Look at the size of this. It's 10 pound 11 ounce. And I actually thinking about it, that could be my second biggest ever barbel. Obviously, I don't fish the big rivers really. I don't really fish the Trent or the Severn, and that's where you expect to catch good sized fish. You come to a little river like this, a 10 pounder is absolutely incredible. I've caught a few nice fish today, probably nothing bigger than about 7 pound. So to catch this, to end the session probably, is absolutely amazing. Right, let's get this one very well rested and get her back. What a stunning fish. Well, I don't know whether it's good luck or what, but straight after I've caught that beautiful barbel, probably the second biggest one I've ever caught, I've started to get some really, really big weed drafts coming down. I don't know whether that means there's weed cutting going up further upstream. I'm not sure. But either way, there's no point in me fishing any longer. I'm going to struggle anyway. I've caught 4 barbel today, the biggest one being 10 pound 11 ounce from this beautiful little river behind me. It's not a very big waterway at all, so a barbel of that size is absolutely huge for that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you might have taken some hints and tips and tricks away from this video. Obviously, I fish this river a hell of a lot, and I think a lot of the knowledge that I've gained from fishing this over the last 15 plus years could probably be transferred to a lot of small rivers in the UK that hold barbel, and hopefully I'm going to make it my aim this year to fish some more rivers and catch more barbel from different rivers. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you liked it, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you guys later.